All right, ladies. So today we're going to look at how you can find a greater audience and make a greater impact using paid advertising or paid marketing. And the marketing platform that we're going to look at today is Facebook. Now, I know that many of you think, especially if you're in the younger generation, you think that Facebook isn't relevant to your audience, and you think that because your audience, you believe, is a younger generation that's normally on Snapchat or Instagram. And so depending on who your audience is, a lot of times will determine where you want to run paid advertising. Now, if you know for a fact that your audience is on Instagram and Snapchat, my question for you is going to be, how do you know that you don't have an audience on Facebook if you've never ran paid advertising on Facebook? Okay, so what my goal is to show you the traffic that you can pick up on Facebook with paid advertising. Now, this is not going to be us looking at Instagram, because I know a lot of you are on Instagram. The majority of you are on Instagram, and the majority of you don't run paid advertising on Instagram. You're mainly getting your traffic and making your sales through organic traffic, which is something I'm not going to go into. But if you go to my blog, I have information up there about organic traffic so that you can kind of find out what organic traffic is. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the traffic that you can pick up on Facebook. Okay, now, and this is not a tutorial on how to create Facebook ads. I have an entire program for that. If you're interested in learning that, you can find that on the blog as well. This is only to show you the traffic and the missed sales, or the sales that you could be missing by not doing, number one, Facebook advertising or Facebook marketing, and number two, paid advertising in general. You see here that you can send traffic to your website, which right here is your shop. You can send it to your app, and or you can send it to Messenger. And you can actually do an ad to send your traffic to each one of those, but we're not getting into that. All right, so let's look here. We're not using a custom audience, though you will want to use a custom audience, and there are a number of reasons why. Again, you can look at my course on Facebook advertising to learn more about custom audiences. So here you see that 18 to 65-year-old in the United States, we have a potential reach of 230 million people. That's too many people. That's a very broad audience. For the most part, you're going to want a very defined audience. There are times when you're going to want a broad audience, and there's times when you're going to want a more specific audience. But for what I'm showing you today, you want your audience to be defined. All right, so we are going to market to women 24 to 35. Now, because I'm doing 24 to 35 does not mean that women over 35 don't wear wigs. This just means that you want to, when speaking to a 24 to 35-year-old, maybe even up to a 45-year-old, your messaging is going to be a little different than it's going to be to a 65-year-old lady. So you want to keep that in mind. And so a lot of times one ad won't work, or it won't be as effective on a certain age demographic. So you want to kind of keep them paired so that when you're speaking to this age demographic, it's also relevant to this age as well. Okay. All right. Now, again, 34 million is way too many. The reach is just really too broad, and it's not enough budget. If we look up here and we see, okay, well, I'd have to take you to a different page for that, but a $20 daily budget is not going to be enough to reach these people. Your ads won't do anything. So we need to narrow our audience down. Keeping in mind, let's say that we are going to do a $20 budget, daily budget, and that'd be like $140 a week or something like that. So let's narrow our audience down, and I'm going to say Atlanta. Okay. And normally, if you don't have a custom audience, you're going to want to do a little targeting. Now you see here our audience is more defined. Our potential reach is 710,000. Estimated daily reach of 2,500 to 7,200, but Facebook is showing us 2,500. The link clicks that we get from that is 29 to 110 link clicks. And keep in mind, the benchmark for conversions is around 20%. So just because these people click on the link does not mean that they're going to buy. 20% of these people will normally buy. All right. Now, just because a woman is 24 to 35 does not mean that she wears hair extensions, weaves, or wigs. So, to be sure that we're reaching the right audience, we need to do some targeting. You want to keep your language empty unless you're targeting a specific language like Spanish. If you're targeting Spanish speaking women, then you want to have Spanish in here. Okay, so again, this isn't a tutorial about how to set up your Facebook ads or how to do Facebook ads. But in order for me to show you what a real potential reach looks like, we need to find women who are interested in hair extensions. I don't even know if that exists, and it does. So we're just going to say hair extensions. There's a lot of other things we can do. So we want to say, okay, we want women that like hair extensions. Now we see that our reach is now 91,000. We may tell Facebook, not only do we want women that like hair extensions, because maybe my grandmother went to the site and she saw a hair extension that she liked on the site, so she clicked like. So we don't want just women who like hair extensions. And because we're trying to reach this age demographic, we need to think of someone who likes hair extensions that's in this age demographic. So maybe we also want to tell Facebook that we want to narrow this audience down. They must like hair extensions, but you also want them to like The Bachelorette, let's say. So Bachelorette, I don't think I'm spelled, here it is, okay. All right, and so now we see that that potential reach is 7,900, and these women are in Atlanta. Now we do want to at least have 500,000, if not a million, in our reach. So what we would do then is come back up here, and instead of making it Atlanta, we're now going to go for the United States. Okay, and we see now that our reach is 270,000, which is broad, but we know that this is a potential reach of that this is more accurate of who our audience looks like. Not only do we want them to like hair extensions in The Bachelorette, maybe we want them to like Beyonce as well. So there are several ways you can do this. Okay. Okay, so now we're at 160,000. So this is good. And I'm just thinking, you can say that you only want single women. So let's just see. And this is really how you have to play around with your ads. So let's say we exclude, I'm trying to see, do we want to exclude married women? Let's see if we exclude married women, what our audience will look like. Okay, behaviors. We want to exclude, no, we can exclude, let's see, we want them to make, let's exclude parents. No, we can't do that. What am I? Relationships. So we want to exclude married women. All right, and so we still have 120,000, and so they're saying broad. Again, if you don't want a broad audience, then what we'll have to do here is, let's say we want women in Houston and Atlanta. Houston, Texas, and Atlanta. See, and this gives us a very broad audience. It's a very small audience right now. Yeah, see, this is only 8,000. So, like I said, you want to get between 500,000 to a million at least. All right, now we're at 11,000. Okay, let's take out Beyonce. And this is literally how you have to play around with things. Okay, so to get us back, let's try the United States again. And let's see. I Okay, so we have a broad audience. So let me tell you how you would just give you a little hint on how you run a broad audience. When you run, I'm thinking for a second, because normally when you have a broad audience, let's say you are going to have a flash sale and it's going to last for the weekend, and you want your ad to be seen by as many people possible. In that case, you would run a broad campaign because your goal is to get your ad in front of as many people as possible so that they could see your sale. All right, so let's try this. I'm trying to get to at least 500,000 to 1,000,000. Okay, so now we're at 420,000. So 18-year-olds, I don't even know if 18-year-olds like The Bachelorette. I do know that 18-year-olds like Beyonce, and I know that '18-year-olds like Taylor Swift. And okay, so since Beyonce brings up 2 million, that's even over. Let's see here. So if we go back to 24, okay, so this gives us a potential reach. But again, I'm just really stuck on being specific. So let's just see how she can do in her hometown. All right. Okay, oh, it's supposed to be 18. Okay, so let's see if we take hair extensions out. Okay, now we're getting closer to the 500,000. I'm stuck on that 24. And I'm gonna up this to 40 and see what happens. Let's see, let's say they're interested in dancing. Dancing, okay, let's see if they love and hip hop or Atlanta Housewives. And actually what would happen is you would have all of this. You wouldn't do this off the fly like me, like I'm trying to do now. You would have your strategy all laid out. Okay, so we say that they must be interested in housewives, Beyonce, let me see, fake hair. Now, fake hair isn't, okay, they don't even have that name. I was going to say fake hair is not referring to the extensions or the wigs not being real human hair. I'm just saying hair that isn't our own. All right, now what this is telling Facebook is I'm interested in anyone who likes Beyonce or the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Right here, we're saying, so that's what these two are saying. But when you add this in, you're saying you want them to like Beyonce or the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Beyonce. So what I'm going to do is say Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, and you want to mix it up, or Kylie Jenner. Let's see. I think Kylie may have a younger crowd. All right. But they must like hair extensions too. Or makeup, hair extensions. Okay, it's very specific. I'm thinking. And there's a reason why you can use just this, but you want to make real sure that you don't just want to just spend your money. Let's see, lace fronts, wigs. That didn't show up. Okay, let's try. I'm eating a cough drop. I have a sore throat. Snob Life. She's big, but not that big yet. What about? Let me see. What is our demographic? Okay, it's Houston. So when I say United States, it's going to take it over, but this is what happens when you don't plan. This is why a good example of why you want to plan. Okay, so that's 2 million. I want to take it back down because I don't want it to be 2 million. There. Okay, that's 1,700,000. That's more than enough. But again, guys, you're going to have a budget for this. You're not going to be able to do $5. Also, I just realized we do need to go back to placement because look, let's take that off of Instagram. I'll give you another hint. Whoa. You do not want to do Instagram ads and Facebook ads like this. You want to design your Facebook ads for the Facebook feed and right column. and you want to do your Instagram ad for your Instagram feed and or stories. Also, you want to be sure that you run ads on mobile. So let's see here. So now let's go back to audience. And now we are at 6,000 once we took it off of Instagram. So let's just take off hair extensions for a minute and see. 9 million. Okay. Let's try Atlanta. And the reason why you want to be a stickler is because based on your budget, you whoa, this is not a good reach. Okay, so Atlanta, Texas, no. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay, let's try Atlanta again. Yeah, so based on your reach, if you're, based on your budget, regardless of what the reach is, if you don't have an adequate budget or if you try and put too much to the budget, it's going to bust and your ads aren't going to be good. Not that they're not going to be good, but they're not going to perform well is what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then let's try LA, Los Angeles. All right, so I'm looking for at least 500,000 and I want to be specific, guys. So we are getting there. So we have Atlanta, we have Houston, we have Los Angeles. What is another? Oh, it says Los Angeles, Texas. No, we want Los Angeles, California. So this may take us over. There we go, ladies. All right. So we want everyone in this location. For this particular ad, they don't have to live here because you may have someone visiting and they're in the area, and so you want them to see this ad because it's possible that they will buy, especially because they're in your age demographic and they're interested in the same audience. They're the audience they're people who like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, and the Real Housewives. This is your bunch of women here. And now what this means is that's why it's good to do a narrow, but we're going to keep it like this. So what this means is that they like Beyonce's page or they've liked an image that she has on her page. And the same with Kim, Kylie, and the Real Housewives. So we don't know if they are true fans, just to see. All right, so we have our reach here, but just to see, let's see if we also narrow down, let's see, hair extensions. I think this is going to take it down a lot because I'm not sure like what type of hair extensions. Yeah. All right, so let's see. I wish I knew. Let me see, celebrity hair extensions. So many people use that term. Let's do celebrity stylists. Let's say that they like, I'm not going to do that. Let's celebrity stylists. Celebrity stylists. See, I don't know a name. I know someone, I'm going to look up Kim Kardashian stylist and Beyonce stylist. All right, so let's see here. Let me Google. All right, so I know I used to follow I used to follow Beyonce's stylist on Instagram, but I think I unfollowed him. Okay, yeah, I should do that. Okay, Kim Kardashian talks drama with stylist Mona Rose. Let's just go back here and look at Mona Rose. Expats Mona Company. Expats Mona Company. Let's see what that is. I have no idea. For you can rub shoulders with the rich or famous and live in the present. Okay, we're gonna use it. I have no idea what it is, but we're gonna use. I'll just 50. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. So let's go back to Kim Kardashian's stylist. If I can just find, let me see, Beyonce's stylist. A lot of times they'll pull up, something. Hunter, I think that's it. Hunter, who is credited as the head stylist on her, began to pursue solo opportunities around the same time that Beyonce wanted to change a change of direction, according to Hunter. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's the name right up here. So this is why you're going to want to do some really good research before you start on your ads, because you're going to want to just be able to come in here. Okay, so that person, it can be done. I can add, there's someone in there that we can add that will narrow down our audience without taking away the population. Just have to find out who is that person. Hey, I just thought of Gucci. She shows up to our interview wearing pink Gucci. Okay, her. Is this called for in person? And she. Okay, so let's say Gucci. So we know that now the only thing, just because they like Gucci don't mean that they bought Gucci. Doesn't mean that they've bought Gucci before. Oh my gracious. Okay, let's say, I know, we're going to say Cardi B. Oh my gracious, they don't even have Cardi B on here. Hip hop. That's weird too. Must like hip hop. Hip hop music, let's see. Right at 500,000. So here we go, ladies. All right, so we know that we have the demographics that we want. We have the different the demographic here. The age, women. They like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So what we know is that more than likely these are true fans, because not only do they like one of these pages, if not all of these pages, but they also like hip hop music. And so in this regard, you know that this audience it's not an accident. Whereas you may like one picture on one of these, but if you are liking something of these ladies, and then you happen to be somewhere on a hip hop page, or you've done something with hip hop, this isn't necessarily just on Facebook, and so you've done something on hip hop as well, more than likely it's not an accident. This is what you're into. And more than likely, if you're a lady who like these ladies and you like hip hop, you like extensions, you wear extensions. Sometimes you may wear a weave sometimes, or you may wear a wig sometimes. So that's what this is saying. And we know that it is not on Instagram, it is on Facebook, but god darn it, Facebook went in and put the native banner. And this is okay, because what this is you know how when you're on a website and you see something and you wonder, oh wow, I wonder how did they know that I like that? That's what this is. The only reason why I don't like it all the time is because it can be annoying to me. Audience network native. Okay, so let me see here. Are they showing it? Yeah, sometimes it's annoying to me when you see a lot of the fake stuff. But let me see if we take that away. Then what do we have? Don't worry, I'm not going to. Oh, good. We still have our 500,000. So there you go, ladies. All right. And so with the potential reach of 500,000, your estimated daily results will be, you're going to reach at least 2,000 people. And out of those 2,000 people, you're going to get 18 to 46 clicks. Out of that, you will get around a 20% conversion rate. Okay, sorry for making this video so long, but I just really wanted to show you what you have to do sometimes to reach that potential audience.